Well, to round up our trip to Jersey, I thought it'd be very interesting to talk to a gentleman who I've known very well for many years, who used to live on the Isle of Man. I think born and bred, actually, almost. Were you almost?
Yeah, I've been there forever.
Yeah. And your dad, well known in the hotel business, the Edinburgh Hotel.
Yeah.
Ken Whipp.
Yeah.
But Gary, you are here based in Jersey. I've heard you've made a lot of money. Is that something that brought you here rather than stay in the Isle of Man?
No, not really. I think, if you look at taxation, you're probably better off in the Isle of Man than you are here. So people's conception of tax is slightly off. I think we're capped at 100k in the Isle of Man, and here the minimum for a 11k coming in was 100. It's now 150. So people don't really come here for tax. We came here because it's a great island, and because it was different for both of us. I married a girl from Manchester, and we wanted to go somewhere that was different and new for us both. So rather than going to my home, the Isle of Man, or her home, Manchester, or we picked. We looked at the US, we looked at Switzerland, and we picked here.
Okay, the differences, the ones that stand out to you then between two crown dependencies.
Absolutely. The main difference is, if I want to go for a drive and I'm at home in the Isle of Man, I can go for a drive. If I want to go for a drive here, I've got about 2 miles at 40 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
I mean, lots, 30, some parishes at 15?
Yeah, 15, 20.
15?
Even on the Esplanade now, coming into St Albans, 20 miles an hour.
And that's what I noticed that going into town in the morning, people sit in actual traffic. In the Isle of Man, we have like 10 minutes of traffic.
Yeah, school traffic is the only thing. But I mean, it's, if you compare it to the UK, you just wouldn't live anywhere else. I mean, the Isle of Man and Jersey have a lot of things in common like that. Great health, low crime, low drugs rates, etc.
Now, just like the Isle of Man, with the finance industry has been squeezed, have you noticed that here a lot?
I believe they have. I mean, we're in telecommunications, but I believe that the finance industry's been squeezed all over the world. So obviously the Isle of Man and Jersey have had their impacts. Jersey spent quite a lot of money on tourism, trying to attract people back. I mean, I look at the hotels and how many have gone in the Isle of Man. Yep. Same's happened here. A lot of them have gone, but they are trying to get people back, and it is the sunniest place.
Well, I was going to say that was, but not maybe today.
Yeah,
sunniest
place in the British Isles.
This is November. We're outside filming, so it's not bad, is it? Really? Any suggestions, for people wanting to move here or to the Isle of Man? What's the criteria, you think?
I think it's all a personal preference. I mean, here is smaller, but both are just as colloquial. I mean, it's you kick somebody in Peel, by the time you get to Douglas, they know about it, and what they don't know, they'll invent. So they're very, very similar in so many ways, and different in others.
You have to be, I think, Richard, to be here, don't you think? I bought a sandwich in town, and it felt like London prices almost.
I mean, you shouldn't be, because in the Isle of Man we have VAT.
Yeah.
Here we have no VAT.
Just that 5% GST.
We have GST, which was introduced a few years ago. You shouldn't, but unfortunately, for some reason, you do. I mean, that's one of the reasons that when I ran the post office here for a while, we introduced a program called Ship to Me, which is where you were bringing goods into the island VAT-free. So
yes, and of course all that business about sending these CDs into the UK and Poke cards, that's all dried up, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was abused. There was a lot of local companies that were doing genuine business, Flying Flowers, etc. Yeah. But it was abused by the big people, even Tesco's. I mean, Tesco's Jersey were asked to leave Jersey by Jersey Post, and then moved Tesco's Jersey to Guernsey and traded as Tesco's Jersey, I believe. Right. So, and that kind of thing was just abuse. But it's one of those things, grey areas, if there are grey areas, people will abuse them.
And finally, house prices, I mean, amazing still. I thought they were going to be slightly better, but they're still massively high compared with what we're paying in the Isle of Man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the other thing. But then again, you've got a lot more of the Isle of Man than you have here. So pro rata, probably the houses are about the same. Yeah. If you imagine it's a third of the size, and the houses are probably 3 times as expensive.
Do you miss the Isle of Man? I mean, you come back for the poker recently, I noticed. But...
Yeah, I came back for the poker. I won a side event, win the button. And,
see, money goes to money.
But I love the Isle of Man. I come over whenever I can, visit my mum. God bless, my father's gone, but I go and see him every time I come over. And the Isle of Man is always going to be home. But Jersey is a beautiful place to live.